Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Today I will be decorating my brand new 2025 planner to set it up for the new year. I didn't get a chance to fill in the goals and get the vision board ready yet, but I will do that another time. I will be using the B6 Common Planner and A5 Daily Planner this year. I started adding a daily planner into my system starting July of last year and really liked it. So I decided to do the same this year as well. So here is the B6 in the forest color, which is a dark green. And this is the A5 Daily in tweed, which I'm absolutely loving. I'm still so attached to my 2024 planner and I have a hard time letting go of it, so I think I will be carrying it with me into 2025 for a little bit. I recently did a post showing how chunky my 2024 planner looked by section, so if you are interested, go check that out. To be honest, I don't think it got that thick considering I used vellum to tip in the journaling pages. The daily planner only has monthly and daily sections, so I don't think I will be decorating it that much. I might add some stickers here and there as I'm using it, but I don't think I will be pre-decorating it. I will be using the January Deluxe Clear Matte Kit as usual here. I also added the deco sheet and other large illustration sheets too, which are not included in the kit. Clear Matte, by the way, is in the washi material. I know it's pretty scary to lay down the stickers, but putting in a tab is simple enough, so I'm starting here. Here I'm showing you a good way to manipulate the washi stickers. They're very thin, so sometimes it could be tricky to lay down some of the larger stickers perfectly. So I take off the border first to reveal the stickers, then cut off the backing. Trim off a little bit of the backing so the sticker can stick on the page so you can have a point to work from. Then you just remove the backing. This way the sticker won't curl up and won't stick to your hand, and it's easier to handle. The clear backing also helps you to decide exactly where you want to lay down the sticker. I do get questions on how to use the date sampler kit. Originally, when I created the subscription kit, I made it so that it could be useful to a wide range of planner users, including bullet journalers. At first, we only included date stickers from 1 to 31, and this date sheet has evolved to be more versatile and include different stickers to set up a full planner. In my case, I like to switch out my weekly spread to have different layout, so you are seeing me set that up here. It really makes this planner a lot more functional and fun to use. I have a lot of people who tell me that this is the first planner that they stayed in all year without jumping around. I think it's because it offers just enough structure and make it very easy to change into anything you want it to be without feeling like you're filling in a workbook. I also feel so attached to my planner. It's my comfort book, and I hope I will be able to have many years of these lined up on my shelf. I personally think the way I decorate is so simple, and I'm someone who likes to systemize things, so I feel like this process is pretty mindless and relaxing. If you are someone who is overwhelmed by not knowing where to start with your planners, I would suggest you to just follow my formula with this kit. Just take up a sheet at a time and lay down one sticker on each page until you use up all stickers on the sheet. Then take out another sticker sheet and do the same over the same pages. The only rule I have is that I don't want to have repeated scene illustrations on the same page, and that's it. Once I fill out January, I will do a flip to show you how I'm using this planner. It will be very similar to how I have used it in the past, but I will be doing more drawings in my book to help me document the days. Now I'm moving on to the daily or notes section. This section, as you may already know, is essentially a blank grid notebook with page numbers. There are 368 pages in total. Last year, I used the front half for journaling and the back half for brain dump and notes. But since this year I'm using my A5 daily planner for the brain dump and notes purposes, I will be only doing journaling here in this B6 planner. One important thing I have discovered about myself last year was that I didn't have a problem with not having anything to write, but rather I had too much to write and I was just not writing them down. So this year I decided to give myself the full 368 pages in this book to write down anything I want. I will also make sure that I have some kind of notebook with me at all times so I can always have a place to write things down. One of the biggest goals I have for this year is that I want to create more output and limit mindless input in the forms of social media consumption. Just recently, my younger son started to sleep through the night, and this is going to help me out so much because I will be able to have my early morning quiet time again, which I basically wasn't able to do for the entirety of last year. For my early morning alone time, I wake up a few hours before the kids. I do not turn on my computer or iPad and only use my phone if needed for studies. I normally read, study, or journal during this time and just enjoy the quiet. This alone time is essential for me to recharge and get ready for the day as a business owner and a homeschooling mom. Speaking of homeschooling, I am getting a little bit nervous since my older son will be starting first grade very soon. Although in our state we're not required to keep any sort of records, but obviously it is always a good idea to keep records. I want to make sure that I do it right and stay organized through this homeschooling journey. We are no longer strictly following any open box curriculum, so it is even more important for me to be on top of it. Something that I really want to do with my son is to create a commonplace book together, and I have also given him a common planner in B5 size so he can get in the habit of recording his days and plans. I have been helping him, of course, with doodles to record his days, and it's been a really fun thing that we're doing together at night. And in the back where we have all the blank pages, he's been just drawing whatever he wants to every few nights. This sticker sheet I'm using here is the new torn tape sticker that we have introduced starting from the January collection. I'm using the premium matte version, so it's opaque. I have been absolutely loving this. I wanted to create something that was abstract and can layer well not only with this collection, but also with other collections as well. I'm going to do a quick flip through of the pages I have pre-decorated in this session. I have been pre-decorating my planners before each month starts for a few years now, and this habit is crucial for me because it ensures that I keep up with my planners. And when I keep up with my planners, my life goes a little more smoothly and becomes less stressful because my mind is free to knowing that my book is keeping all the nitty-gritty information and my brain is available to be thinking about creative things and more fun things. I'm loving this part where I created layers with the pages. They're so fun to flip through, and again, just makes me want to write more. Like I mentioned before, I'm not going to be pre-decorating the A5 daily, as I will be just using it for messy brain dump and future planning for work. I'm calling it my secretary to keep my ideas in there. I am only going to put in the tab sticker and save these stickers for later when I'm actually using the book. So that was my January pre-decorating session. I hope you were able to get some ideas from this video, and I think my next video will be a flip through of these pages after the pen, so I can show you how I'm using my planner. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.